evening to you. We're back on your radio. Welcome to Strong and Sassy. Can you believe we've already completed 5 months of the year? Back in January, many of us, we had notebooks full of plans, we had vision boards full of dreams, and hats full of determination. But life, has a way of testing even the best intentions, doesn't it? Well, this evening, we're checking in with ourselves. We're not here to judge. We're not here to compare. But, just do a little bit of reflection, How are goals holding up? What's working, what's not, and what can we still achieve before the year ends? Stay with us as we have an honest conversation about progress, setbacks, resilience, and the power of starting again. Show comes your way every Wednesday right here on your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM. Show is produced by Marable Johnson with support from Mavis Aheto. We've got Oliver Fanyo and Nana Misa holding us down on social media. Speaking of, we're streaming in our Facebook and on YouTube. Check us out and join in the conversation. WhatsApp is 055 1111 997. And when I say join in the conversation, I want to find out from you, okay? Have you abandoned any goals this year? If you have, what happened? And what's one small win you're proud of? You get what I mean? Even if nobody else has noticed it, but you know that you did this and you're like, yeah, I did that. Mind sharing with us? We're on your radio till 8 p.m., so keep your messages coming in. And we also don't mind letting us know where you're tuned in from. 055 1111 997. Joining me to have this conversation or dissect our topic for today, I've got Amma in studio. Amma is creative director at Push Studios, and Eyram is a serial entrepreneur. She'll be joining us via Zoom, so hope. Oh, she's actually here. Okay, well, we're setting out. So the moment she joins in, we can also have her share her thoughts with us right here on the show. Amma, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, aKorfa. How have you been?
Yeah, we're managing. It's been okay. We're there inside.
Great. I can tell. I mean, since the last time I was here, I followed some of the hard topics you guys had. When you were talking about endometriosis, for example.
Wow, yeah, I remember. Yeah. That was a hard one. It was a hard one. Yeah. Well, I love that, you're in studio. I mentioned we're still trying to get Eyram to join us via Zoom. So when she does if she does join us, we'll get into our conversation. I want to find out. Somewhere in January we met and we're talking about, moving into 2026. It's a new year. Do we believe in New Year's resolutions? And I know you had a lot to say, and but you did have plans though. So I want to find out how far with. What are some of the things you put down to, really work on this year, and how far so far?
Okay, so so far so good.
Oh,
that's
great.
What I'd say, yeah. I don't have everything I want yet. I still wish that some of the things would come, but I'm very pleased with what I've been able to do with the first 5 months of the year.
Yeah.
Yes, and honestly, I didn't do them by my mind. Yeah. One of the things I've been able to still hold on to is my faith in God,
right?
Which I came here to tell you guys. The fact I'm recovering from a burnout and I felt the urge to just surrender to God. Yeah, I had some moments that I dipped a bit, kind of backsliding, crazy. But then I thank God that I didn't let the devil lie to me for long. Yes,
we like that.
The lie being the devil making me feel guilty. You said you were going to do this, and then after a while you just shifted. You're going back. You can't go back. It was very tough on my mind, and I'm glad I was able to defeat the thought and still go back to God, and He was still willing to take me. It's like I didn't leave. I didn't go anywhere.
That's awesome.
I've been here since. So yeah, my faith has still been what I expected it to be, and I'm building on
it. Yeah.
And then, most importantly, again, from the lessons I learned from having a burnout, I told you guys that I had established some boundaries in my life, because I identified that I had really my boundaries were quite weak, and I also identified that I've been a people pleaser, and which was shocking to me, because that is how disconnected I had been, But we are in the 6th month. We just entered the 6th month, and aKorfa, I'm so pleased with myself that I've held on to my boundaries, and I have found more reasons to hold on to it.
Wow!
When I compare my life to prior to having that awareness that I had weak boundaries, and my life after I had that awareness and decided I was going to do something about it, I like this version of me. It's come at the cost of certain relationships and certain level of safety, but I like what I feel right now. I feel even safer. My anxiety is almost non-existent. The level of anxiety I used to have doesn't exist right now. Even when it tries to creep in, I just shake it off. I'm not overthinking like I used to anymore, and I'm applying these boundaries in my relationship, in my relationship with friends, family, business associates, clients, everywhere. I have realized that I need to be okay to be able to be there for anybody else. So I love that about myself. My birthday is exactly 2 months away.
Okay.
And I'm glad I have this awareness, and I'm making these changes now before my next birthday. It's so exciting for me.
I love that for you. Well, I set out to be healthier, not taking so much soda. I'm not going to mention the brand that I take, though, but it's safe to say I didn't succeed, because as we're speaking, there's a bottle of that soda by my bag, by my bag. But the reason we're having this conversation, I think when I put a few questions together, there's a part where we'll get to ask ourselves that if you are unable to achieve what you set for yourself at the beginning of the year, does that mean you're a failure? We'll get into that later. But let's start off by finding out why you think it's easier to set goals than to sustain them.
I mean, it's easy to tell yourself. You know how when we're younger, I remember at the time when I thought the highest level of education was getting a first degree. And I thought right after uni I was going to be rich. I'll get a job and be rich, and I'm going to buy houses and cars.
I know.
It was easy to dream.
Yeah.
Then in hindsight, I realized, I was having those ambitions and goals because I thought it was so easy to do. I still have those goals, but now I know that it takes a lot more to get them. So when you're setting the goals, you're setting it based on the potential and the expectation you have of how happy you're going to be when you have those things. Most of the time, we don't even take into account the work required, and when you consider the work required before setting your goals, you might limit yourself. You might limit yourself to when you are dreaming. So I think sometimes don't even think about it. Just, like carte blanche, just dream, set the goals as wild as they may be. And the only thing you need to do after the goal setting is to take it one step at a time. Don't try to do everything at the same time. That's the only difference.
Wait, there's this thing that takes me back to our conversation back in January, because I remember there was something you mentioned. You said sometimes it's as simple as just decluttering your space.
Yes.
How far with that one for you as well?
Yes. So I have given away some of the things.
Okay.
I'm still feeling like a lot more has to go. Yeah, and at a point I had to hold myself somewhere like, hey, it looks like
you're giving everything away.
Has to go. But the truth is, if I had my way, yes, everything would go. I would want a clean slate when it comes to my personal effect. I would want to start all over again, but it will cost a lot of money, which I don't think I'd have or want to spare now. So yeah, I'm doing things completely different right now. Yeah, but because you see, I lost weight to a lot of weight now.
Yes.
So,
and we love that for our guys.
Thank you, aKorfa. Thank you. Oh my God. So yes, that's also another reason for me to even declutter my clothing. But I also find something interesting, how I've been able to reuse some of my clothes. Previously, I would have just said, I've lost weight, so yeah, new new weight, new clothes completely. No, I've not gone on a shopping spree because of that. I've still felt like, oh, what is workable, And I'm actually realizing how better I fit in some of these clothes. And the fact that initially I was wearing clothes that were sizes smaller than me and just trying to fit everything inside. And so they were not as flattering as they should be on me and all. Yeah, I'm learning so much. So yes, still declutter. Decluttering is really good.
It's good.
It helps your mental health.
Let's take a look at, say, momentum, for instance. What do you think will be some of, the common reasons why people will lose momentum, especially when they have put a plan together? They know that, they would want to take their health more seriously moving into, this new chapter, this new phase of theirs. And then along the lines, they lose momentum. What do you think it will cause that?
Both internal and external forces.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, because you see, when you start addressing the goals that you set for yourself, that's when you realize what it's going to take to get them, to achieve them. Now, for example, if you want to set a goal in terms of your eating habits, you want to eat clean and all, then you realize, okay, now it means I need to declutter my kitchen. Certain foods and oils that I have here are no longer safe. I can't, add them to my diet anymore. It means you have to let them go. So you need to accept that letting them go, yes, you bought it with money, but it's still food. Yes, but now it won't serve the purpose for which you need. So you need to agree to let them go. Not thinking about the money you're about to lose by throwing away what you previously considered good food and safe to consume. Then you need to be ready to adjust to the taste of this food, which is not the regular thing you would usually eat. So these are all things that you need to accept, the changes you need to accept. And you would think it is so easy. Your first 5 days, I like to say, whenever you are dieting or even fasting, the first 5 days to me are the hardest. After you conquer the 5th day, it's easier for you to continue, at least for maybe the next 2 weeks until you realize, okay, now I'm bored. So you want to make another changes again. Yeah, but then that's what happens for the internal struggle, internal forces. Now, the external one, you have people around you and circumstances.
Yeah.
Maybe work pressure, your finances are dipping. So suddenly, the motivation with which you thought you were going to pursue your goals starts shaking because you now have to concern yourself with, how do I make more money? Instead of focusing on these other goals, now you're distracted.
That's true.
And then if one of the goals is, again, eating healthy, you're surrounded by people who are eating all sorts of foods that you were previously probably so into. I don't want to use the word addiction, but maybe addicted to. And you're seeing them eat it freely. And when you're on a diet and you tell people, what they tend to do is, it's like they challenge you. Just eat just one bite. It won't do anything. You cave in.
Are they challenging? They are tempting you is what they're doing.
So they keep doing it, and before you know it, you lose your momentum.
That's true.
And you have to get a new day one again to start. And if you're not tough, you give up.
That's why you have a lot of cheating days, by the way.
Cheat days, yeah. So it can be hard. So the forces, the reason you lose momentum, they are both internal and external forces. So you need to just find a way to stand in the middle of both and decide to keep going.
You're right.
Even if you fall, you dip some more, but
you
get up, pick yourself up.
Well, I understand Eyram is on. Eyram, can you hear me? Eyram.
Yes, I can.
Okay, good evening. And thanks for joining us. How are you doing, though?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay as well. So I started off finding out from Amma what, some of the goals she'd put together moving into this year and how far she's been able to achieve them and all of that. I think that conversation we're having, you were in studio as well, yes. So I want to find out, obviously you did say you also don't believe in New Year's resolutions, but you at least have a few things that you're looking forward to. How far with that so far?
You know what? Like you rightly said, this year I wanted to try a year without a plan, right? That was what I thought I wanted to do. And then I saw a write up from uh, I think I'll just call it Mr. Magdan. I don't want to call him Magdan. It sounds so weird. And I think the reason why I went with that philosophy was he made making a New Year resolution so simple, right? So he said, make a plan. Plan A, write what you want to do. Plan B, write how you're going to do it. And I really love what, when I was listening to you and Amma, the most important thing is how you're going to execute the plan or the things that you said you set out to do for the year. And when I went with that approach, and today, because of this conversation, I coincidentally found my plan B. And I think that based on the things that I wrote, I would give myself like a good 3/5 as of now.
Okay.
There's one thing on the list that I'm going to have to completely move to next year because it's it's just not feasible to do this year, right? But
Mm.
most of the things on the list I have been able to do. And I love one thing Amma also said. Sometimes you just have to take the leap of faith. The goal will look crazy, right? But sometimes once you take that first step, you'll be surprised that the doors will open, and God will send people your way. And by the time you realize you are halfway through and you're like, how did I even get this done?
Okay, I love that. 3/5 isn't bad. Yeah, I think yeah, 3/5
Yeah.
is a good number.
Fifth month into the
It's
year,
a good,
Yeah,
there's so much room to get the other two
it's a
in.
very good number. Now
I know.
let's take a look at people assessing where they stand without overly being harsh, especially when they notice that
Hmm.
probably gave myself the first 3 months I would want to do this, the first 2 months I'd want to
Yeah.
do this, and we're 5 months done and
Mhm.
it is not looking like that. How can someone like that assess themselves without being overly harsh? Let me start
I'll
with,
give you an
yeah, go
example of
ahead, and then I'll come to Amma.
how I did it. So there was
Okay.
a time, and the reason why I said I didn't want to have a goal this year. So there was a time I was really into like vision boards and all of those things, and I'll put sticker notes and I'm looking at them. And then there was a period of my life where there was one thing that I just couldn't have year on year off, right? It's still there. One day I just took it off and I threw it away. And I felt so relieved. You set the goal. Do you understand? You set the goal. You can always change it. And sometimes, if it's too big, you can break it down. So it's like you want to buy a house or you want to build a house. You may not. So, what steps do you have to take? Do you have to cut some of your expenses? What do you have to do? You need to start from somewhere. So for me, instead of just beating yourself up about a goal that you're not able to achieve, if it's really not that unattainable, take it off. Maybe look at it from a different perspective. Maybe if you know people who have achieved those things, you should have a conversation with them and say, I'm trying to do this. I'm not sure where to start from. How do I go about it? Always seek for help. So beating yourself up is not going to do anything. I feel like for those of people who are hearing us have this conversation today, it's not late to set a new goal today. Especially, I know we make fun of people who say they're going to go to the gym and we are in June and they still not step in the gym. You can start from somewhere. You can start walking in your neighborhood,
Which is
instead
true.
of going to the gym. You can start walking in your neighborhood. You can buy a skipping rope and start skipping at home. Start from somewhere, but beating yourself up is not going to do anything.
I understand. Well, thanks for sharing that one. And to anyone in my circle that I have told that I'm going to quit drinking this soda that I haven't, that you keep making me feel like, every year I say it, have not done it. Shame on you guys. You're supposed to be encouraging me to do better, by the way. But Amma, what's your take on this one? Without being overly harsh, but then again, you would want to extend grace to yourself because the year has not ended yet. What's your take on that?
Okay, so you see, let's start from your soda. For example.
Please, let's do.
See, you don't need to keep reminding your friend. You say, hey, last year, he said the same thing.
Yeah.
When you see the person with it, you can just gently tell the person, you know, this is not good for you, right? You said you don't want to take it. So why are you drinking it? Like, from a place of care. And that light bulb moment that hits the person might still go ahead and finish it that day. Another time you see the person, you just draw the person's attention to it again. After some time, without making the person feel bad, like, oh, you keep saying you will do this, but you won't do it. I think for every reasonable person, at a point, it will hit you that, hey, okay, I need to actually make the decision. I'm not going to keep drinking this soda. I've been saying it for a while now. After a while of you helping your friend by telling your friend, you said you're not going to do this, and there's nothing in this for you, it's actually not healthy for you, and they still go at it, then you can just go ahead and say, oh, I want to buy a crate. I want to sponsor you. Can I buy a crate? You know, some reverse psychology. Like, you should drink this. Like, yeah, it's really good. You know, and then start dawning on the person. This one person who never judges me or reminds me of my failed attempts at, you know, cutting this soda off, suddenly would dawn on you. Now, if all this fails, then you just leave the person to their
fate.
vices, you know. When it hits them, and it could be a health crisis, and you suddenly wake up. And when that happens to you, you know, nobody has to remind you. That reminds me, about a year ago, in June last year, was when everything started turning upside down for me, when I had a serious health scare and I realized, oh my goodness, I have to sit up. I need to take my life seriously. Previously, I struggled to say, oh, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm not going to, I just keep sneaking it in. But when it happened, I didn't need a lot of people to give me, not a lot, I didn't even need anybody. I was the one running to a dietitian.
You saw your life flash before your eyes.
You know, I ran to a dietitian and I was like, I'm going to do this. 3 months later, I went back to the hospital and the doctor was like, wow, what did you do? Yeah, I saw my life flash. So I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
You know, so when you set the goals, it might not be, it doesn't mean you'll be 100 every single day towards it. On the days that you're not 100, just give it the 10 that you're able to give. Okay, sometimes all you need to do is to just rest away from the goal and come back whenever you can.
Yeah.
At first, I used to give myself a lot of pressure as well. Like Eyram, I used to think, oh my God, I need to have a New Year resolution to do this. Then I got into vision boarding, and I have a vision board. I am an advocate for vision boards. I've seen it work. The law of attraction, I've seen it work, both in the good way and the bad way. You know, I've realized how much we attract things to ourselves. So you have to be very careful, because it's possible for you to get it, but there are some principles attached to it. You just need to apply it, which starts from you setting the goals without holding yourself back. That's why I said, yeah, have the carte blanche and say, just don't look at your capacity right now. In January, I set a goal for myself, one of the things I wanted to do. At the time of doing so, I thought at the best time I'll probably be able to take an initiative towards it will be maybe June or July. That was not June, even July, the settlement going. That's what I thought I would be able to do. Guess what, aKorfa? I took the initiative in that very January. I started the thing, and it was not a small feat.
Wow.
What I thought, oh, that one, all things being equal, July is when I'm likely to take a step.
Right.
I thought I would just take one baby step. But no, I did so in the same January. I set that very big goal, which was the biggest goal I had.
That was very bold.
For the year. Very bold of me, honestly. And then so anytime I look back and I'm like, oh, the other things I don't have, this, just because I have this, is very comforting to me. The fact that I was able to take that big step at a time when I didn't think that could happen, it just suits all the fears, the worry, everything just goes away. I'm like, no, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. Well, if you're just joining us, this is Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. It's 7:34. Now, we're asking you who's doing the listening to also share with us, have you had to change your goals because life happened? Or, have you abandoned any goals this year? What happened if you have done so? WhatsApp is 055 1111 997. And also, maybe along the lines to you have been able to achieve something on your vision board, like you've put a plan together, you've been able to achieve it, and you're proud of yourself. Share that with us. How did you go about it? We'd love for you to also share with us, and someone out there can learn a thing or two from it. 055 1111 997. Well, we'll activate the phone lines for you to call in and share your thoughts with us. 0302216541. Save the number up. That's if you've not done that already, so you can give us a call when we activate the phone lines. Now, we're talking setbacks and we're talking how to pick ourselves up. Okay, there's a message here, but we'll get to that pretty shortly. In all of this, why do you think many people abandon the goals after a setback?
Well, because setbacks can be scary, It makes you think, oh, I bit more than I can chew. And also when you come from where we come from, where sometimes when you're dreaming big, the people around you, unfortunately, when they are small-minded, they tend to tell you, don't dream that big. Like, remember where you are coming from. Think about where you're coming from. That's a popular saying, a quote from Steve Harvey that I heard years ago.
Okay.
That changed the trajectory of my life. It was a reminder for me at the time. I just finished uni and I went to hide somewhere for some 3 months because I was scared of my ambitions. So one time I was like, I remembered something and I went searching online. I saw a video of him on Oprah's live class where he said, do not tell your big dreams to small-minded people.
Ooh.
So you see, when you start pursuing your goal and you have that setback and you're unfortunate, at that time, maybe even you are a small-minded person, even though you set some big dreams, you are the weapon fashioned against
yourself.
So you start thinking, what was I thinking? Of course, this is too much for me. There's no way I could have done this, You start telling yourself these negative things, and before you know it, you might give up if somebody doesn't save you in time. Now, if you don't do it to yourself and you're not fortunate, and you're surrounded by small-minded people, they will be the ones to make you doubt your ability and the fact that the goal you set is too big for you. But the goals you set should be too big for you. I mean, reach for the stars. If you don't get it, at least you fall amongst the clouds.
Out of the clouds.
Yeah.
I love that. Eyram, what do you think? Eyram, are you there? Okay, you're there.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes these things can be tricky because at the end of the day, you feel like if I don't meet the goal, I'm disappointing myself, right? And at the end of the day, sometimes it's very hard to disappoint yourself. And then you have to deal with the repercussion of that on your own. But I like what we're just talking about, that sometimes the dream also has to be scary, right?
Yeah.
And for me, the only way is to take that step of faith. Like the way I said is that's the same thing Amma is also saying. Like this dream was so big, she's like, I wouldn't be able to do it in July. When I gave myself that 3/5, there are some of the things where it's like half done, like the timeline that I gave to them was not now, right? But I was like, you know what, let me just start anyway. Let me just start half of this here, start half of this there. And one of the things that I wanted to do was a bit of a career change. And now that is ticked off, it's extremely exceeded what I wanted to do. And I've wanted to do this for years. So sometimes that big dream will take time. And so it's two things. Like I said, if you can't achieve it now and it feels too big, split it into two. Maybe if you've given it, and we don't have to have a New Year resolution every year. You can have a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be renewed. 31st December is not the renewal date. You can set a plan today as we're having this conversation. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to achieve it. So, and you're allowed to start over and over again. You, aKorfa, this drink problem. Maybe if you're having 5 a day, the goal can be to have 4 a day.
Yeah.
Then 3 a day. Then 2 a day. Then 1 a day. Maybe for every bottle that you reduce, you replace it with water. You never know. And then you will be, next year by this time, or by December, we'll be having this conversation again about how the year went. And you tell us that you've quit this habit. And we'll be so proud of you.
I love this. Like, I think while you're saying, I'm smiling and I'm like, the number of people who've told me you need to drink more water. I'm like, yeah, when I drink water, I use the loo too much, and so I get what.
Yeah. Like 5 a day, do 4. Just do 4 a day. I mean, you're so. See, cravings are a thing. Trust me. I used to have such a bad soda habit. I was size 18. I used to have such a bad soda. So I absolutely know your struggle. But just start. I used to hide bottles under my bed. But I knew that the bottle was there. Of the drink was there. That's how bad. So I know addiction when I see one. Just reduce the bottles in a day. If you're doing 5, do 4. Then do 3. And one day you just wake up and go like, why am I even drinking this?
But sometimes this excess need for such sugary things, there could be an underlying cause. Yeah. So please check it. And like she said, you need to just keep subtracting, replace it with something else. I find that with most addiction, you need to replace it with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the hard drugs, everything, you need to replace it with something else, with a healthier habit. Maybe the gym in place of it, like you said, drink more water, swap it with maybe smoothies, do something else, something healthier in place of it, reduce it gradually, and it gets there. Now, my big vision board, I did it with I think, was it 2020 or 2021? So I went for a vision board workshop.
Okay.
It was by 2 amazing women who were mentoring this young ladies, myself and a few other young ladies. The names are Auntie Edith and Auntie Fatima Ali Mohammed. So they hosted us, and then they told us all about vision board. I was sold. I had heard about it a few times. I had done vision boards in my own way, in little ways, without putting it down. Like, it was in my mind what I wanted for myself and all. But that day we created a vision board. I still have it till date.
Wow.
And I use it. I refer to it. So that's my big plan. So now I don't start the year thinking of something new. I just extract from my vision board. Okay, so this year I'm going to focus on doing these things out of my vision board, because the vision board is the big plan. So every year I take what is going to lead me there. And I see it happening. I see it. Like, I suddenly woke up one day, aKorfa, and I realized I had found myself in the midst of my vision board. And I don't know how I entered some of these things.
Right.
That's why I tell you, these things work.
They work. I think that's why a lot of Christians will usually say you have to manifest it.
Yes. If you're a Christian, it's in Habakkuk. I don't know I'm still coming up, where it says that write down the vision, make it
plain or something clear,
plain,
or something
like that.
Yeah.
It is real.
Yeah.
It works.
Well, my producer says 0 a day for me when it comes to my soda addiction.
So you see, you might not be that strong-minded.
Yeah,
to just get up one day and say, Pam, I'm not taking it again.
I think that's where the challenge is.
Yeah, but for you, you know what you're going to be doing. You will hide and be drinking
it.
You come here, you say, I've not drank anything, or you tend to a liar.
I realized that there was a time where I was actually pouring it into a bottle that you can't see. So when
you have a problem.
When
That's
they
like
ask me
using a flask,
you get it?
Yeah.
So there was a day I was having a conversation with my friend, and my friend is like, do you know that we'll have conversations and we'll quote unquote judge people who are addicted to hard drugs and alcohol? This is your equivalent, because imagine if this thing was making you drunk you'll be taking it without us knowing that that's what you were taking.
Yeah.
And they'll ask me, I'm like, oh, no, I haven't drank anything. Until there was a day someone had to force and take my bottle, and they poured, and they noticed that it was the drink in there. So, yeah, I'm hoping we come back in December to have this conversation again, and that would have
You
been...
would have conquered
Yeah,
it.
I would have conquered it, yes.
And I find another thing I identified with myself.
Tell me.
That when I tell other people that, oh, I've set this challenge for myself, I'm going to stop doing this by this, or I want to do this number of steps, it's as if something just dares me and fights it. Take the step on your own. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Do it silently. Keep it. You know you're doing something. Don't tell other people about it.
Right.
And until you have a stronghold on it, then you share that. I've been doing this for this
For
number
a while
of days.
now, yeah.
Wait till you have a hang of it.
Then
before
you can
tell
share.
people
Yeah.
about it.
Well, let's get to our WhatsApp console now. Sassy says, "Oh, this goes. I was yearning to make. Oh wow, I was yearning to make 1 billion. At least take a bit of it to purchase land and some small alawa raido, but it didn't happen. Well, we're hoping that whatever you're
It's not
doing
too
to
late,
achieve
man.
that,
Just 5 months down, 7 months
you'll
to
be
go.
able to make that happen." This one says, "Business investment not going as planned though. It's financially draining. Not giving up though. Fingers crossed for the next 6 months. Been doing a lot of cooking and making my own fresh juices. So far so good. Healthy eating though, some health issues here and there. A lot of shaky things to stabilize. Hopefully savings have gone down for good reasons, I guess. Lastly, I pray for a better remaining 6 months." Well, we're hoping with you that whatever you are hoping to achieve will then come true. You're doing well. You're doing really well. So keep
aKorfa,
at it.
Please help me tell people. We are now in the 6th month. We've not completed.
No, but you see, that's
so
the
we
thing
have
about the
6
pressure.
and almost 7 months to go.
I was gonna...
Immediately we enter June, people like to think we've done 6 months already.
Yeah,
This is the 6th month.
this
This
is,
is
yeah.
day 3.
Exactly.
We have a good 27 days to go.
But you see, I think as I don't want to say society though, but sometimes the
We
people
rush ourselves,
exactly.
yeah.
There's a lot of pressure to achieve something at every given moment, especially when you check on social media where at quote unquote you think that, oh, you're older than, you have more opportunities than, they seem to be doing way better than you are doing. So I think it puts a toll on you some way, somehow. And I don't know how that's going to work, but moving forward, we're building fortitude of mind.
Yeah, and I think even a simple one, don't go too far. The simple one is when it's 12 noon. Everybody they just give up on the day. Oh, the day is ready. 12 noon. Oh, please. Be kinder
Well,
to ourselves.
That's how we're wired, I guess. But let's take a look at how people can avoid turning unmet goals into evidence that they are not, quote, good enough.
Once you're alive, you have to keep going. See,
The podium is set for Alma, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
once you still have breath, and I'm not saying this from a place of having everything. I told you, there's one major thing which involves money. Okay? If I tell you some of the challenges I have right now, you wonder why I'm here like I don't have a problem. Because if I've not told myself I have challenge, because that is one of the freedoms I got from recovering from burnout. I decided the things that used to bother me so much shouldn't bother me as much.
Right.
Because I'm probably in one of my last year, if not the last year, of this level of freedom in my life before I have kids that I'm responsible for or a partner that I need to match up with. This is one of like my last years of this level of freedom.
Right.
So I need to enjoy it. And this is the last day I'm going to be as young. Tomorrow I'll be a day older.
Yeah.
You know, so now I remind myself when I want to worry, I just pinch myself back to reality. I want to enjoy every present day that I have. And this is coming from someone that was a chronic worrier. I used to worry I'm going to get the things I want because I'm just this kind of person where I need to always present all correct.
Right.
You know, so it was heavy on me, and no wonder I suffered a burnout Like, how old am I? Why should I suffer burnout? And you would think that I have some level of control over things because of how my work is scheduled. Yet I still suffer the burnout because
Right.
I had put too much expectations on myself. I had overwhelmed myself.
Mm.
And now I'm telling you, buddy, I know, yes, you have responsibility, you have bills, but guess what? Yeah, you could not be here tomorrow too, and now all the things you're worried about would not make
Makes
sense.
sense.
So you've set the goals, you've not met it. Don't throw it away. You have tomorrow to again
Mm.
and again. If you
Most people's problem like, oh, for example, I told my mom, find a boy by June. We are in June. Zero boy. But still living my best life, right? I told her this. I hope she does. I hope she completely forget about this. But that's the times we are either comparing, and I like what Amma says. Like it's 12 and we think the day is over. Like, do you know what can happen between 12? Anything can happen. So sometimes it's not too late, right? But you just have to keep trying. One of my goals this year was to lose weight. And then guess what? I felt gravely sick a couple of weeks ago. I was in and out of the hospital. And then I did lose weight drastically. Not the way that I wanted to go, but I did. Now I am on the path to maintaining that weight. And sometimes life will surprise you. Another thing that even surprised me on my list was there was something that I wanted to do career wise, and the way it happened blew my mind. I think that one of the things that you have to have if you're going to be alive, because one thing I've realized and one thing that this year has shown me is as far as you're alive, there's a chance. Hope is lost when you're dead. So that guy that is saying that he wants to make 1 billion, if the plans are in place, you just one thing needs to happen. You just have to wake up every day and keep looking at that goal, keep working towards that goal. It's as simple as that. It ends when you quit. It ends when you stop. So back to you, aKorfa, again. You have to keep trying to quit this habit. Today you are the center of attraction. You're
I
just gonna wake up
know.
every day, every day, and then you're gonna try and go like, today I'm gonna do less than I did yesterday. And then you never know. One day you just wake up and just go like, you know what? I'm sick of this. And that's it. There are people who had addiction, smoking, drinking, just woke up one day and go like, I don't want to drink anymore. And then they stop drinking. People will be surprised
things down. Now, then it hit me that there are things I also got before some people. And today, they've also gotten some things that I don't have. And how sometimes you could actually look like you are the one winning very early. Then it gets to a point like there's a pause on you. And then other people just come and bypass you. And then you start thinking, what's happening to you? Guess what? If only you hold on. Probably about to be catapulted.
Yeah.
You're going to skip a lot of the places that other people will have to take step 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to 10. You are going to jump from 3 to this. Or you might not jump, but you will still go through every single step.
Yeah.
You don't know. Just accept that everybody came here differently. This is what I've done. I've had to tell myself, it's you. It's only you. It's only them. Everybody. We all have our own lives. Don't look at somebody's reggae dance and use it to try and dance at all. It doesn't work like that. Just focus on my path and realize I'm not promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everything that I'm worried about, I might not need them tomorrow. The things might be here and I'm not here to use.
Well, they do say that life is a marathon, though. So, whether you like it or not, you will arrive at the end of it all, and everybody's race is different.
But
basically.
somebody can run. For now, I'm okay to walk. I'm okay walking the marathon. See, aKorfa, I don't want that unnecessary stress again in my life.
Yeah.
I used to think that things had to be a certain way. The end is all I need. I just need to cross the finish line. So it's okay if I walk there.
Yeah.
It's okay if I jog small, then I run small,
and then
I
run
walk small.
Yeah.
So long as I don't stop,
You're
keep
good to
moving.
go. Yeah,
I'm
we always
fine.
have to keep moving. Well, I've got a few more minutes. Let's see if we can squeeze in a few calls. 0302216541. That's 0302216541. So give us a call. Let's know. I've had to change your goals because life happened, and we're 5 months down the line. What one goal you stayed committed to, whatever it is, we'd love for you to share your thoughts with us right here, or you can send us a WhatsApp 055 1111 997. This message here says, I think it's one that we read earlier, the one about they're hoping to get 1 billion. It's given us another message, says, don't also worry too much about things you can't control. Free your mind of unnecessary. Most importantly, enjoy life every day, because none of us is promised the next second. That is very profound. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Frank from Coco Plus says, I'm enjoying your submissions. Shouts to of UPSA MABC class, and you're wishing her belated birthday as well. Oh, we've got a caller. Alrighty, let's see who's here. Oh, we've lost you. Please try again. 0302216541. That's 0302216541. Well, while we're trying to work the phone lines, let's also talk about quickly though how often we should review the goals that we set.
As often as you can take. I don't want to give anybody. You do that every week, every day, every month. No, we are not all wired like that. There's some people who are super organized. They're able to work a certain way. So you should your structure, your system, the system you're able to operate in, just like how we used to learn for exams.
Yeah.
Everybody has the way they learn. You know how you are able to recollect what you're learning. So find your system, what works for you, sharpen it, fine tune it, and then stick to that plan.
Okay, we've got a caller here. Hello. I don't think this is working out. Let me come to you with this one, Eyram. So if someone could only focus on one goal for the next 7 months, how should they choose it?
Just set the goal, one, then how are you going to achieve it? That's it.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead. It. Set it and then write practical ways of achieving them. It's that simple. And it can be one thing. It doesn't have to be a lot of things. It can be one thing. Between now and the end of the year, this is the one thing I want to do. This is how I want to do it. That's it.
Okay. Final question for both of you, though. What advice? Okay, we've got the caller. Let's see if we can hold this conversation. Hello.
Hi, aKorfa. How
yes.
are you doing?
Good evening. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. So you guys are doing incredibly well.
Thank you so much.
The topic that you are discussing today.
We appreciate
There's
it.
one thing that I tell my wife: stay focused, stick to the plan. And I think This is something that has, and I believe that when people don't react to anything that comes across their way or anything that beats their mind, beats them down, you're already down. Why are you still beating yourself so hard? So practically, all you need is to be patient, stick to the plan that you have. I think one of your panelists touched on it. Life is a race, but it doesn't mean you should be there running. And so just stay focused, stick to your plan, and be patient. It will play out. It will work out by the end of the year.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Alrighty. So, what advice would you give someone who feels behind right now?
Please take in a deep breath. Whatever your faith is, go and seek the face of your supreme being. Pray, 'cause, this life, you didn't come here alone. You don't exist. You here. And then, like Eyram said, take it one step at a time. Pick the nearest thing you could do right now. Start there before you take the big things. You know, it could be as deciding to be healthier between now and this. You want to be a healthier version of you, so just focus on that and your day job. Do only those two things.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Eyram. What about you?
What she said.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for
aKorfa,
doing this
thank
with
you
me.
to amazing friends who tune in because I asked them to.
Oh, that's nice.
Frank, Edem, Courage. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate that. Well, thanks going out to you, Eyram, who's a serial entrepreneur, and also to our creative director at Push Studios for being on the show today. We appreciate you, and you for doing the listening, for sending in your message. We're sorry we couldn't, pick more calls, but hopefully next Wednesday we can do that. The news is up next, and right after that is The Overdrive with Kofi Hayford. My name is aKorfa. Catch you same time next Wednesday and also tomorrow on Ignition right here on Joy 99.7 FM.